Good morning, Jason here, Birchfield Family Farm, Oxford, Ohio. Happy Memorial Day to you. It is that time of year, swarm season. Exciting time of year here. Seems like the bees are coming late this year, but they're moving in. We're gonna go over swarm traps today, take a look at those, and let's check in on St. Croix lambs. Hey, before we do that, we've got a little junk pile in here in the back of the hay barn. Check this out. Oh, this is where all the scrap ends up. Oh boy. Oh boy. No. Hey, dude. Oh man. Last thing I want to see in here. What do you think of that? Never a dull moment on the farm, that is for sure. You gotta laugh about it or you'll go nuts. Life everywhere. Life just explodes out here, all around us. Okay, let's talk sheepies here. We are coming up this week on 60 days old on some of these lambs. Really got a close eye on them here. We're coming off this little paddock here over by the silo, and here's what we're going on to. Of course, I'll probably end up sacrificing these potatoes in the manure pile, but you know, such is life. They'll eat them down, I bet. But look at this. Just out of control. But you know, you get down below here and they'll go for this stuff down here first. Just massive amounts of clover, red clover, white clover. I came out earlier and cut us a path from our electric wire all the way down. We'll string that electro net through here, and then I like stringing it over to here on the fence. Those lambs are still a little small, and I've got wire up going down through here. So okay, pulling up the netting here. They are anxious to get out of here. I mean, look at this, just going nuts. This is probably going to be a bit of a challenge. A few scragglers here Sam will get, but pretty easy to lose a lamb in this right now. It takes two people to do this without a headache. Go on, sheeps. And they're just digging into this already. Loving it. Oh, come on, honey. There we go. All right. Good work. Okay, Sam, we're running in. Okay, everybody's looking good. I got my wooden ladder today. We're heading out to check some swarm traps. Today, it's been a really odd season for bees and beekeeping. Just haven't seen a whole lot of bees out here in the field or on the clover. Typically they cover the white clover, and I don't know if it was because we stayed cold. We were just colder for longer going into the spring. Not sure if that was it or what the deal was, but finally today, into May here, just finally noticing some bee activity. All right, these guys are nutso. I would say, if I had to guess, I would say that's a swarm that's moved in. A lot of bees. So it looks like four of the 6 traps. Of course, I just put a few traps out today yet. Before the 4 originals I had out, it looks like they at least have bees on them. Baiting these hives. These are just very simple plywood boxes thrown together. But baiting them, I'm using just a Q-tip with lemongrass oil and then just plop it in the swarm trap. I use old frames, and then I'm putting 1 frame of, when I've crushed a frame and I've harvested the honey, I put that crushed frame in there, so they've got some good stuff on a frame, and that's always worked pretty well for catching swarms. But can't really talk about this either without talking about, well, how do you know when you have one? And typically, you know, just because you see bees around your swarm trap, that's a good sign. But just because you've got them there doesn't mean you've got a swarm, that you've caught one. So what I'm looking for, if I walk up, like today, a few of these were just really loud and kind of just flying all around. You can notice a lot of kind of bits and pieces of crud coming out of the hive. That's usually robbing activity. So they're just there robbing out the honey. Kind of like, yeah, it's very similar to human rioting or looting. You know, it's just trash crud thrown everywhere. They're just after the good stuff. But then if I see them, when I start to see them settle down, and then I see them bringing pollen in. So if I see a bee with pollen on its legs as it goes in, that's a great sign. And then also the main sign for me is I'll come out in the evening. So I'll come back out tonight after, right at dusk, 9 or 10, and if I see them in the hive, that usually means you've got them. Okay, back out here. It is just about 9:30. Sun is going down. I am not seeing any activity on these 2 up by the barn here. Kind of hard to see, but there is no activity there that I can see. Okay, let's check the walnut tree here. Okay, up in the tree on this last one. Hey, look at all those bees in there. You know, the other thing telling me that we've got one here up in the walnut tree back here is if you do see any bees in the hive and it was just robbing, then there'll be very few in the box, and they'll be one at a time. They'll be headed out, and it's always out this time of day. They're headed out and they're not coming back in. So they're going home to their hive, just there to rob. So it looks like, you know, 1 out of the 4 here, swarming 1 out of the 4. You know, the old timer saying, swarm in May is worth a load of hay. Swarm in June is worth a silver spoon. And a swarm in July ain't worth a fly. So, you know, we're still in May here, even though it's the end of May. We'll take it. We'll roll with it. We'll see what tomorrow brings.